Show me boss keys. Wow, cringe. Let's skip them. In a shocking turn of events, boss key skips are now legal in Skyward Sword Randomizer races. So, to make sure everyone's on the same page, here's how to do the 2 boss key skips that are possible in the current rule set. This video will assume you are familiar with bit, terminology, and mechanics at least a little. Let's start with Skyview since it's more useful and I like it more. The scene flag associated with the Skyview boss door is DX10, a flag that can't be RBM'd from Skyloft in the base game. Thanks to Rando Jank, we're able to enter the Skyloft trial in bit, where we can RBM DX10. There are 2 ways to get into Skyloft trial in bit, through spawning the entrance with bit magic, or opening the gate normally if you have all 3 Song of the Hero pieces and the harp. To bit magic the gate open, you need a setup file with 9x20. Traditionally, players talk to this friendly man in the lumpy pumpkin to set the flag in the sky, but here's a list of all the things that are tied to 9x20 so that you can use to make a setup file. That's a lot. In Skyview, enter bit, then commit, and bit save the setup file. If you already have it selected when you interact with the statue, this will commit it when you go to bit save it. This gives Link a respawn point for when you die, and resets 9x20. You still need to reload the area in order for the gate to spawn, so the next step is to die, and respawn with File 2 selected. Be careful not to start it. Afterwards, the trial gate should be in front of you in the plaza, and you can just enter it normally. If you have the harp and the full Song of the Hero, you can just open the gate normally. Enter bit, and copy your run file, then commit the inventory flags for the Song of the Hero and the harp. Bit save the copied file so that you can get the story flag that lets you play the harp, and from here you simply walk up and open the gate normally. You can get harp cancel here, but you will not be getting footage of that from me. The RBM in Skyloft Trial is related to the FI text at the start. The flag sets as you dismiss the last text box, so with fast text on, you need to start your file before the last A prompt appears. If you were successful, you will have RBM'd 1x02, DX10, and DX20. DX10 being responsible for opening the boss door. It's worth mentioning that 1x02 will always be RBM'd if you start your file in Skyloft Trial at all, which raises the water in the left room at the start. Seeing this cutscene when you commit does not mean you got the timing right. It's possible that you only got 1x02 and not DX10 and DX20. After you commit, you can make your way to the boss door. You do need to reload the area by leaving or dying in order for the door to actually open after you commit. The third flag, DX10, opens this door in the Girahim boss fight. You won't get the heart container item if you leave immediately, but you do have the option just to run past him, saving you time if the heart container is an item that you don't need. The second boss key skip is for Ancient Cistern. It's typically not worthwhile, since Ancient Cistern is such a short dungeon and the boss key skip is relatively long, but there's a niche situation where it is much faster. The flag for opening the boss door in Ancient Cistern is CX10, related to the Gratitude Crystal in the Pumpkin Patch. Since Nighttime Skyloft crashes in most seeds, you need a bit save new game file with the story flag that spawns Crack. You can RBM that onto your bit save new game file by entering Betrot's house by unlocking the door with 9x04 from a setup file, and finishing Betrot's dialogue after you start the bit save new game file. There are a few other useful RBMs that have this requirement, notably Zancy Skip. So it's possible that you already have this file prerequisite entering Cistern. In either case, if you have this prerequisite, you enter bit, sleep tonight, enter Night Skyloft with the bit save new game file, and RBM the crystal to Ancient Cistern. From there, you try to remember where the commits in Ancient Cistern are, forgetting there are multiple on the way to the boss door, and when you get near the boss door, it will open. From there, you are free to go up and fight Galactus. I feel that it's worth mentioning that due to more rando jank, it's possible but unlikely that Nighttime Skyloft loaded with your run file won't crash, depending on where items are placed. Different items take up different amounts of memory, and so if there's enough memory to load the items that are on Skyloft Night into memory when you enter it with a normal file, then you can skip the requirement for the bit save new game file. You could always, if you're feeling nutty or desperate, Try to do this RBM without the BitSave new game file, and hope you don't crash. And that's all there is to it. Both RBMs are pretty niche, since very rarely are you going to be in a situation where they save you time over the two shortest dungeons in the game, but at least you know now for the day that they matter. Now, did you know that in terms of dungeons, Lanayru mining